Yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream, AEW Dynamite edition. It is Wednesday night. You know what that means. May 10th, 2023. Good to see everybody here tonight. We're on the road to Double or Nothing. It might be a bumpy road. It might hit a few ditches, might hit a few potholes as we go along here. But we're on the road to Double or Nothing. We're getting close. We're only, 2.5 weeks away from the epic spectacle that is Double or Nothing, one of the biggest shows of AEW for the year, which right now might actually be number 4 in the times of the list of shows, because you got All In, Forbidden Door, and Double or Nothing. So they got to do some work here to make it somewhat appetizing. And I guess that's being shown in the ticket sales right now for Double or Nothing here. As following the initial release of tickets for the show, they've only sold a few hundred in the last month here, apparently. So, and for those that don't know ticket sales and whatnot, that's very abnormal for a wrestling promotion to be caught with that proportion of that few sales going on as we're getting close to that deadline here. So it's going to be interesting what happens here coming up on the 28th. For those that are interested, we are going to be hosting a viewing party of Double or Nothing at Beercade YEG here in Edmonton, 105th Street and 82nd Avenue. We've been doing it for the last few papers. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing here tonight, my friend? Hope everything's going well for you. And yes, feline fan friend, I'm not so much a Florida Panthers fan. I'm more of an anti-Leafs fan, so go Cats. I'll definitely say that, but hope you're having a good week here, guys and girls, and everybody involved here. Hopefully we're going to get some decent storyline development here, because we're only, like I said, we're only 2 weeks away, 2 Dynamites away from Double or Nothing here, so we got to get some development going. We got to get some people some reasons to get to this show. Now, I think our main event tonight will definitely set something up like that, with Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley in a steel cage. I don't see this ending any other way than just a complete cluster with 5 or 6 people in the ring, and we possibly could get a cage match thrown out. Either that, or we end up with the entire Blackpool Combat Club in the ring terrorizing Omega. We could end up getting Takeshita turning sides. We could, if I had to go with a solid prediction, I would say Takeshita's changing sides, along with Callis. And returning to the team would be Hangman Adam Page and Kota Ibushi. That's how you make that debut from New Japan star Kota Ibushi myself. But that's just, my theoretical booking prowesses here. So, also on the card tonight, the undercard actually looks pretty solid here. We got Orange Cassidy taking on Daniel Garcia. Garcia looking for that international championship. To me, Garcia, this is going to be a great match regardless, but at the same time, there's nothing really going for Garcia outside of being the J.A.S. right now, and even the J.A.S. is pretty much stalled in many ways. Even though we're getting 2 of those members on the card tonight in very proficient spots, if you ask me. The other member of the J.A.S. is Anna J.A.S., who's going to be taking on Julia Hart in a no-holds-barred contest. So we got a no-holds-barred and a steel cage match on the same card. It's almost as if they're watching me play WWE 2K23 GM mode on Saturdays and saying, hey, I can do that. But yeah, there's those 2 matches. And then one of the unique ones here, the Double Jeopardy match coming up tonight between Rey Fenix and Claudio Castagnoli. it's called Double Jeopardy because the loser of the match has to put up their title in the future against the champion. So if Fenix beats Claudio, it's going to be for the ROH World title. And if it's Claudio that beats Fenix, then it's going to be the Lucha Brothers defending against some version of the BCC for the tag titles. So it's going to set up a very interesting piece of taping coming up in the future here. And the other interesting, is there a chance Garcia wins the international title tonight? I don't think so. I really don't. Cassidy's doing so well with that championship right now. I don't think that they would take it off him right now. There's no real reason to. Is there? By the way, hi, Jagger. Good to see you here tonight. Do you see any advantage of taking that title off of Cassidy right now? Because that's pretty much all he's got right now. And now they're starting to form this faction here with Best Friends and Bandido. And I was just about to mention it here. We're getting the first iteration of the Trios titles tonight, being defended by the House of Black under House of Black rules. So, for those that are familiar with the House of Black rules, Buddy Matthews actually put it out on Twitter earlier today, which I find AEW showing off different rules rather interesting, for lack of a better term. Okay, so House of Black rules are 20 counts for being on the outside, because they say they don't want the coward's way out. No rope breaks, because you're there to either withstand pain, either get out of it, or submit. Third one is disqualifications will be followed, because you're not going to take a cheap way out to win the championship off of us. And then the fourth one is challenger's choice. They can pick any rule to change if they want. So it's going to be interesting. 20 counts a New Japan thing. It was a New Japan thing as well as a Ring of Honor thing. It was in the original Ring of Honor as well. The pure matches didn't have countouts. You were immediately had to get back in the ring or you were disqualified. But all other matches had 20 counts in the ROH atmosphere. But yes, it is a New Japan thing, more commonly known right now. Because, Ring of Honor just seems to have got contemporary AEW here, for lack of a better term. So, would be nice to see them differentiate themselves from AEW in a little bit of that way, but I guess the biggest ROH is WWE, CW, yeah, like right now it is, but I will say this, it does have the opportunity to get out of that funk though. They are literally doing what they did with WWE, CW, and actually putting it on before shows. It's going to be the part that replaces Dark and Dark Elevation right now. Or sorry, Dark Elevation. Dark is actually was handled at Sound Studio, where the Ring of Honor shows were. But now the Ring of Honor shows are going to go on before Dynamite, before Rampage, when they're taped separately. They're going to tape them before Dynamite and whatnot. But I think the biggest story we're going to get tonight is... Or sorry, the biggest story coming out this week is this rumor on Reddit and whatnot that there could possibly be a deal for Collision formally announced by Warner Brothers Discovery next week. Do I believe it's going to happen? This is all coming from a Reddit post, so I don't know how much credence I want to take for it. But at the same time, there is a little bit of smoke and fire and whatnot with it. And it also makes sense for the fact that Dark and Dark Elevation were taken off YouTube, because what's going to happen is all the online rights are going to go to Warner Brothers Discovery as well. So that's going to end up on a streaming platform, hopefully separately. Like it's going to be, ROH is going to get picked up by them as well. And then they'll have one big streaming service, which I hope we can get up here in Canada. as we're getting into Dynamite right now. And for those that have showed up that are not subscribed currently, but I'm not gonna force anybody to, but I really highly encourage it. Oh, before how this kicks off, how familiar am I with the Killer Instinct original? Well, just a complete offshoot here. I actually did an episode of Remember the Game with Adam Blank about Killer Instinct. If that's a qualification I could use to show my remembrance about. Oh, no introductions. Let's go. They aren't fooling around here. But yes, I know of it. I've played it a few times. I played it as a kid quite a bit. First time we had the MK episode. I've been on 3 now. Because I was just recently on this week's episode with Saturday Night Slam Masters. My first episode was KI1, and then... Okay, Claudio. Doing a monkey flip? Yeah, doing a monkey flip with Fenix just doesn't equate here, so... Claudio's going to be one hell of a post in this matchup here. But yeah, KI13 is literally one of my favorite fighting games. KI1 is absolutely frustrating compared to it, so... If I was looking to do a straight run through it, no, I could never win it. Let's put it that way. Just like Phoenix isn't going to win if Claudio hits that backbreaker a few more times. Wow. They're just running down the main card right now. I do like this double jeopardy. It gives a reason for 2 champions to get in the ring with each other, right? It gives this match some meaning. And by the way, hi Jay Quick, good to see you here tonight. This stipulation here, this actually, like Claudio never had a reason to really get in the ring with anybody at this point. Yeah, like I said, if you want to see a good post, Claudio's probably going to be the best post for Phoenix in a while. As someone who grew up in the Midwest US, I appreciate that it's pop, not soda side. I will take that. That is a good side here tonight. I missed it, but yeah. Oh God, Claudio. He just headbutted somebody in the crowd as he got lawn darted into him. Oh, man. It is amazing the strength here of a guy like Claudio Castagnoli. By the way, for anybody who's checking out this video for the first time, after my episode with Member of the Game here for Saturday Night Slam Master this week, welcome. Good to see you here. Oh, look at Claudio, seriously. Oh, no. I love how Claudio Phoenix just fakes a punch, but he's just waving the cameraman off. Because back up, I'm going to do some cool stuff. Get the hell out of the way! Alrighty. Yeah. Phoenix and Vikingo could go for a best of 21. I'll be more than happy for that. Oh, what I was saying about 4 times ago here, or 4 different tangents ago. For anybody that's checking out the stream here live, I'm I did actually run 3 minutes worth of ads before we got going, so the majority of the first hour will be commercial free on our stream here tonight. So thank you, and I appreciate having you here. Try to do what I can to try and circumvent the ads as best I can for you guys. They're good ads. Don't get me wrong. Sponsors are great. Gotta love them. Sponsor me. Lots more, please. But hope they got an ambulance and hospitals ready for the Omega Mox cage match. Like, it's like I was mentioning at the start of the show. I honestly feel that that's going to end in just a big schmoz. That there might be a pinfall or submission, but there's going to be like 8 guys in the ring at that time. And this very well could be the night that Takeshita turns on the Elite. It joins the BCC. Because I eventually feel that it's going to be Hangman Page and Kota Ibushi as the partners in the Elite in a kind of match against the BCC. I think they're going to pull all the cards out of the deck. Just for the fact that Kota is always talking about how he's going to work at AEW. The hell? Phoenix going to try and do that jumping Hurricane Rana, just nope. Oh my God, he did get it. He didn't get the double jump he wanted, but he definitely got up there. Wow. That... Phoenix is just simply amazing. I think that's the best way to put it. Just simply amazing right now. Phoenix, all the belt. Like, it's funny. I would love to see him with all the belts. Oh, and Claudio just said nope. And nope. But honestly, Phoenix is one of those guys that, like, I know I've mentioned this on the stream before here, but he reminds me of The Undertaker. He's a character in the show that does not need the championships at all. Like, he is that attraction that you come to see regardless whether he has a championship or not on him. For the amount of crazy stuff he could do. On another spot where I dump some outside. It's okay. When the game comes out in 2029, yeah, I'll be the first to admit I actually pre-ordered the game. I discontinued my pre-order and put that money towards the deluxe edition of Street Fighter 6. So I had pre-ordered the regular version, but after seeing all the previews and whatnot, I've decided to upgrade to the digital, or not the digital deluxe, but the deluxe version of Street Fighter 6 because I like discs. So I actually have actual copy coming in. So I could see Takeshita and Callis turning tonight, and you see Omega on the phone next week saying we need you. Yeah, I could see that. I could see Hangman Page coming back, and I could see Kota Ibushi coming back. Or coming, sorry. I guess not coming back in this case. I could totally see a situation where, like, you would think Kota would be held out for maybe like an all-in at Wembley or something like that. But with all the talk that he's doing on the social medias right now, there's no way they're going to be able to hold it out that long because it's too damn obvious. Hey, Darth Mick, bring back Glacier. That's a chilling proposition for you. Oh, yeah, sorry. There you go. But yeah, how are you guys doing tonight? Like, I know we've talked a lot about me and we talked about a lot about the show so far, but how are you guys doing? I'll admit today's been a bit of a lazy day here. I only got 2 videos rendered, getting ready for the weekend, and did some prep work getting ready for my playoff game tomorrow night. If you guys are interested, 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night Mountain Time, I'm going to be taking on the infamous Frosty Feet and the Minnesota Trash Pandas as part of the Electric Show League quarterfinals. I managed to sneak into the playoffs in 6th place, and I'm playing the 3 seeds, so. Tomorrow's Friday, and I've rigged up to be a short day. Dude, that's exactly what I love doing. I do it myself. Like, my work week's Friday to Tuesday, right? So Monday, I usually try to work a little bit extra so that Tuesday I don't have to work at all. Or just get what I have to done. It makes so much sense when it's like a repair. Like, for me, it's a repair job I do outside of this. And by the way, sorry I didn't make it on the stream yesterday. Just, it was a very long day and a very stressful day. I spent the first 3 hours at work dealing with a broken truck that I had to get towed into the dealership. Oh, and Rampage has moved to Saturday this week because of NBA. So the reports coming in about Rampage is the fact it's going to turn into basically the Dark Elevation that we've had out for so long here. So I could see them actually moving the time slot on Friday to a later time away from... Basically, the big fight we're going to have now is Main Event and Rampage because they're going to be both similar type shows. You notice a little bit how Claudio is just wearing plain old black gear versus Fenix with all the flashy gear. Very traditional style for these guys once again. Jesus! That kick actually connected. Yes, I know. Kick. Oh, no. Oh. Cameraman, you son of a... Wish it could just be all in one spot. Yeah. When it comes to programming, it is a bit all over the place. It is actually going to be, if the rumors are true, a lot of this programming is going to be a lot more concentrated in one, like, not necessarily one time slot, but all one channel. Like, for us, we only get Dynamite on our regular TV on TSN. Gotta throw that one out there. Fenix is just a madman. Simply as that. He knows how to dive. He knows how to do everything. And he always does everything with a hop. You ever notice that? I'd pay $20 a month to get the AEW live weekly shows, pay-per-views, and back catalog. I think you might have to start doing that for the pay-per-views and the back catalog. Jesus! That is some nice torque there. I wouldn't mind paying that. I've been really contemplating getting rid of the WWE Network for me. Just because I got Sportsnet now, so I could just watch it there instead. But the one thing I will say is that for pay-per-views, they are not going to get rid of the pay-per-view model. There's just too much money there. Claudio was so good at kicking out the last second. What is Fenix looking at? Uh-oh. I can't see Fenix winning this, to be honest. I don't see him getting the one-on-one match with Claudio for the title. He should. But storyline-wise, it makes more sense to see... Uh-oh. Burning hammer out of nowhere. Burning hammer out of nowhere, now right into these 12-6 elbows. Yeah, there's Claudio. No mistakes made here. Now that, yeah, it just made too much sense. A 15-minute Mac Classic between these two. We're going to get this in a version of it again. This is a version of the 1812 Overture that Claudio has, or how they've modified it for Claudio so he gets to use it, right? So. Whoa! Miro just barging in Tony Khan's office. I love it. I love it. Let's go. Please tell me he's doing something. I don't want this being a release video. I really do hope this main event is just simply a couple promos tonight. Pre-taped like this tonight. That's it. Huh. All right, I like that. What do you guys think about MJF comparing the Four Pillars to the Beatles? I think this might actually be a fairly decent representation at some point here. You know, if he would say, I dare these guys to step up, I'm all for it. If he's tried to do the things I've done, he really hasn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but oh my God, they used Punk in a promo. We might as well just confirm Punk's coming back. Darby is Ringo. Well, they both, got those dark eyes. One's from glasses, one's from paint. Sammy's George Harrison. I'll say this. They need to work on this, right? Brawl Out is now a work to give Punk time to heal again. I'll be honest. I don't think so. I think Tony Khan's playing this up as a time can heal all wounds thing. And once Collision shows up, I think it'll be very clear about who's going where and what's going on. Because if the Elite and Punk actually get into a match. Hey, Carl, how you doing? We were, what was the, you're asking my feelings on Miro showing up. Chat, do you remember exactly what was there? I believe the response was, let's fucking go! I think that's why I did. I'm pretty sure that's why it is. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him here because marched into Tony Khan's office. So either he's getting a match or he is walking out on AEW, one or the other. And I frankly could see either one at this point. But here's the thing. If you're going to start getting Collision put together, and that's the rumor, like they're going to announce Collision coming up starting next week, and then in a month it's going to debut in Chicago. If that's the case, you better have a lot of ready talent to go for that card. Well, I had to do the Miro fist pump for you there, right? That's where that came out. So I hope you're doing well. Turnbuckle Studios is strong as ever here. Yeah, between that and, like, it would be nice to see somebody like that. Like Miro. I would love to see him get the winner of the Pillars match. Like, could you imagine Miro and MJF going at it? And then it just be a cluster ending? Because Miro's one of the old school guys that won't lose to a guy like MJF. Not that I think he should, but at the same time, I could almost see, and here's where I'm thinking, because normally to open up the show, we always have the International Championship. Like every week, we've had the International Championship open the show when it's on the card as a title match. Tonight, we didn't get that. And it might be because we had to play this vignette first, and then Miro comes out and he's going to destroy Orange Cassidy and get his championship back. Even though his championship's a TNT championship, which completely dispels any theory that I had there. Let's just put a little fairy dust on that. All right, we got a little preview to tonight's main event. I don't know. I just have a very strong feeling that this ending is not going to be good. It's just going to be multiple people going crazy over stuff, so. Forgive me one sec, chat. With the weather going up and down the way it is, I get a little bit of a runny nose these days, so. But I'm not going on the injured list. I got too much going on tomorrow, because tomorrow we end up got a double stream coming, so I gotta be ready. For those that are interested, tomorrow during the day, we are going to be having our Breath of the Wild stream earlier in the day. I'm probably going to try and do morning if I can. All right, FTR. They've been challenged by Team TNA, so of course they're going to accept, which actually happens. Breath of the Wild, it's still Breath of the Wild yet. Tears of the Kingdom doesn't get released until Friday. So I think for right now, I am going to stick with Breath of the Wild for a little bit. But I am downloading Tears of the Kingdom. I will be a little behind in terms of playing it, but be better be using that Wii U then. Oh, no. I got a Pro Controller from a friend, and I am definitely using that. And the Switch. But I am downloading Tears of the Kingdom on Friday, just to be fair. Hey, Astrid, how you doing tonight? Oh, goody. Team Jarrett shows up right at the last second. Or what I call Team TNA. Oh, God, like... I would say no, just for the hell of it. Just say no. And everybody's no. Whoa. FBR, you're about 2 minutes behind. And here comes Mark Briscoe, who is happier than a pig, and you know what? You gotta love it. Just random guy comes out with Dem Boys t-shirt, and you know what? Why would you have paper cups or plastic cups like that? I don't know if that's the right truth, Dark. Just the handsomeness part, I do believe, is more under Adam's purvation. But thank you. I appreciate having you here. For anybody that hasn't checked out our I was on Remember the Game this week for Saturday Night Slam Masters, and yeah, but FTR drinks tequila. What are you talking? But if you guys are interested for my playthrough of Saturday Night Slam Masters, check out our gaming channel. Oh, great. Here we go. Oh, no. This is going to be right. Don't get the rig wet. Well, Jaeger, you're saying don't get the rig wet. Oh, and the fans got the chant going. You're saying don't get the ring wet, yet we're going to have blood all over it later tonight? Well, it'd be full of blood later. Okay, fair enough, but... keep it dry for the blood. Yeah. Eh. At least the alcohol cleaned it up a little bit. Mark Briscoe's going to be the referee. Okay. This is a typical TNA storyline. All right, so now I like this for the fact that we're actually getting storylines put together, formed. Like, there's no pissing around this week. There's lots of going on. It's Omega and Mox. We don't know that there will be blood. Because you deserve it, Jericho. Uh-oh. Hey, if we're doing the Brad split, that might actually work out. Okay. All right. All right. And just look at Renee's face. This is awesome. I love Renee's face. And I love the new hair on Renee, too, by the way. The summer cut. Gotta love the summer cuts. You know, I need to work on my summer cut a little bit, too. All right, well, we got... Oh, I love this. I love it. Let's use lawyers on top of lawyers on top of lawyers. I'm sure Renee read that real quick. Alrighty. So we're going to get the Outcasts in there to do the interference spot for Jericho in the match next week. I like this. We got story progression. This is what we needed. This is what we need to get closer to the pay-per-view. Like, we got to start getting some of these feuds into overdrive here, and Jericho versus Strong will do that. Because Jericho will win, he'll injure Strong, and we'll go from there, right? Wow, Renee runs in a hurry. Whoa! Okay. Renee's putting on some miles. We're getting return. What did I say earlier, guys? If we're going to get Collision, we got to start getting these bodies into situation, getting things into gear here. We got to start getting a roster built up that's big enough to do a brand split with. The return of Miro, the return of Thunder Rosa. Giddy freaking up, I believe is the way the kids say it these days. Just gold coins everywhere here. But it's... Like I say right now, Miro showing up, he's coming out there. This show has a WWF buys WCW feeling. To a point. A lot of people returning, a lot of people going in. I like the fact they're going into Tony Khan's office, as long as Tony Khan doesn't have to say anything about it. Because he's got Linda McMahon levels of promo skills, so. And by when I mean that, I mean zero. And I mean zero would be a compliment right now. Because every promo that Tony Khan does right now has to be pre-recorded or else it just sounds horrible. But, yeah, if we get Thunder Rosa back, she goes after Hayter for a little bit here. Thunder Rosa could be a member of the Outcast for all we know because, you know, she is a bit of an outcast here at this point. And she also hates Britt Baker. They settled that a while ago. If you can get Britt Baker to work with Thunder Rosa as a team together, almost anything could be possible right now. And I'm just thinking about this, guys, and I just saw a tweet that made me figure out. Basically, like you were saying, the return gives us a feeling of a gearing up for an extra show or brand split. To me, it gives me a feeling of they're really going to load up. Double or Nothing is going to be the last pay-per-view involving basically just what we've had before, what we could settle for. The Four Pillars match could be very telling as to the future, what goes on with the two-show brand. Because there is a possibility we could get everything spread out amongst the two brands. And if you have to have more established names at the top of that card, it does have that feeling like he's gearing up to, Tony Khan's gearing up to fit those pieces in if he needs to, right? I know that I was talking earlier about, you know, they got to get, the biggest downfall of WCW is the fact they didn't grow any stars themselves. But at the same time, if you want to grow if you want to grow your brand, you got to be able to establish before you could grow. And it's a very delicate cycle here, that you want to make sure that you have a certain level of respect, dignity, credit. I think is the best way to put street cred in terms of promotion as you're trying to grow it. And I think Tony Khan's starting to see that he is starting to get established, but he's not established enough where he could have all these young guys that nobody knows basically running the show on the top levels right now. Hey, little villain, how you doing it tonight? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Life is going great for you. Things are absolutely, like, let's think about this right now, guys. We've been here 30 minutes. We've had an awesome match between Fenix and Claudio. We've had 2 returns in Miro and Thunder Rosa. We had an awesome match set up between Roderick Strong and Chris Jericho for next week. And we got to see Renee's new hair. I consider that 4 big wins all the way across the 5 big wins across the board. It's funny when I'm counting them on my hands and I can't even say the right number that I counted. I'll blow a whistle on myself there. Makes me wonder how referees can't count some days, right? Like, you know, like balls and strikes. It's bad enough we have umpires that can't see a strike zone properly, but that's a different story altogether here. Okay, Tony. Yeah. And in addition to all the great wrestlers and great wrestling you're going to see tonight, in the back there are literally stars lined up looking for chances to wrestle in AEW. I think it's clearer than ever that AEW can produce even more great content. Here we go. I'd like you to stay tuned to TNT next Wednesday for a huge announcement. It's coming next Wednesday, boys and girls. Here we go. You know, Tony always talks about major announcements. That's going to be the major announcement. I would love to see them do it at the pay-per-view, but at the same time, that announcement for a Collision show will be the boost that they need for Double or Nothing. The fact that they're going to announce a second show, like, I can't see it not being that. Like, Tony Khan is the master of just spitting things out. That was a good promo. Sorry, backtracking here a little bit, Jagger. Talk about a good promo by Sammy. Like, I expect all 4 of these promos that come out tonight, because we're going to get another one from Darby. We're going to get one from Jungle Boy before we're done here. I expect these to be amazing promos because they're produced, they're in the back, they're not live. They're just there to promote their match and give them highlight packages to go with it. It's a Paul Heyman trait. He talked about it with ECW. Focus on the positives, hide the negatives. And we're seeing right now, and we've seen it for the last month here, that the biggest negative that we have in AEW right now with the talent that's there is the promo skills aren't where they need to be an elite TV show. No pun intended there. Oh my God, what is Garcia wearing? Garcia has 9 wins in his life. Oh my God. Did he steal Anna's top or something? But they're just showing the highlights of what we talked about last week. Like, in that 8-man tag that they had to open up the show there, between the J.A.S., Strong, Cole, and Bandido and Orange Cassidy, you could get any umpteen matches that are going to look absolutely amazing there. Isn't it amazing that in simply 40 minutes of television, the vibe in the room can change completely from what it was before? And there's another excellent, like I was talking about the pre-produced promos. There's Tony Khan with a pre-produced promo. Because if they would have done it live, it would have been a promo where Tony's trying to talk, and all of a sudden Miro jumps in, Thunder Rosa jumps in. As Tony's trying to get it, wouldn't look good. Because Tony doesn't get to ad-lib that well. But it's sitting in front of a mic reading a prompter. My God, I got to learn how to dance like that. The funniest part about this whole match is the fact that, you know, Garcia is such an amazing wrestler. So Orange just doing a little catch-as-catch-can there just to catch up on Headlock Wrestling. You know, it's amazing when Orange Cassidy tries what kind of skill he's got. Like, I know we harped on this a couple weeks here. By the way, I do see your pop side there, and I popped a little bit now that I see it. Off the ropes. But it's amazing. Like, we were talking about this last year. Like, who would have pictured Orange Cassidy to have this kind of run here? Ha! Put his hands in his pockets and just literally just gets out of that. So once again, everybody, if you're brand new here, thank you for stopping by. If you've been here for a very long time, thank you very much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. This is our weekly AEW Dynamite watch along here. If you're in Canada, check it out on TSN. If you're in the States, check it out on TBS. Is catch-as-catch-can considered the same as chain wrestling? Yeah, pretty much. Catch-as-catch-can is more... I do believe it's... The terms sort of go back and forth with each other, but catch-as-catch-can is usually a little bit more hold-based. Or sorry, chain wrestling is considered a little more hold-based. Catch-as-catch-can is just two guys working in a sequence very well together. But I'm looking at this card, and they're showing the rest of the matches that are coming up tonight. This is going to be a very interesting fan level, I think is the best way to put it. Whether we're going to see... because all the other matches that we see tonight have a little extra bit of violence in them compared to the rest. Because you got a no-holds-barred match between J.A.S. and Julia Hart. You got the House of Black rules for the Trios Championship. Then you got Mox and Omega in a cage. So it's going to be... This last hour is going to be really violent. As we hit our commercial once again here. But yeah, what I was saying, thank you for everybody for stopping by here. If you're not followed yet, please give us a follow. That way you know anytime that we're going to be live. And if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. No obligation whatsoever. I don't do subscriber-only streams, but anything that comes in will go directly towards the stream. and towards Backbreaker Gaming as well with myself, James Crowder, and Rick Jules. Garcia using the old tried and true. I'm going to throw him in the crowd. No, I'm not. Yeah, just see the way this card's lighting up here. It actually looks... You almost might get the trios match as a cooldown match of all things. Could you imagine? Like, Best Friends and Bandido are going to be great guys to work off of the House of Black, right? Like, Bandido's going to bounce around like crazy. And, you know, the Best Friends are typically your... I hate to say it, but if you got a heel as your champion, you probably get Best Friends to be that first challenger that I don't want to say is a cakewalk, but it's not the most difficult challenger in the world to take on. Sort of like where the Acclaimed was before they really took off. Like, to me, they were a bit of a gatekeeper back when they were still heels yet. Like, if there was any face tag team that really needed to get over, you put them in with the Acclaimed, you let them work, put in a good performance, but yet you'd still have the other team get the victory. Like, ever since the feud with... excuse me. Ever since that feud with Best Friends against Proud and Powerful and the debut of Sue in the backstage brawl, or backyard brawl, whichever way you want to call it there. Ever since that moment, Best Friends really haven't had a whole lot on the TV. One of the very first 5-star matches in AEW, according to Meltzer, and nothing after. Maybe it was just lightning in a bottle. What in the world? Oh, modified curb stop. I thought he was going to go for the, what's that phrase? Shooter? Because I won't call it a sharpshooter because it comes from Bret Hart. Bret Hart's the only one that can do the sharpshooter right. Garcia with a dance. I do appreciate the middle fingers, though. This is Detroit. They did have to host the Bills once for a game, so I do give them credit for, you know, for being good fans, but at the same time, trying to look at that sign in the corner saying this is at Orange. Oh, this is at Orange, whatever, okay. I just want to see a Spanish Fly. Can anybody tell me that? Saw someone in the crowd with a sweet Lou Whitaker jersey. Oh my goodness. Oh, that... I wish I could see that. Okay, that looked ugly, but that was a hell of a sell there. For those that don't know, Lou Whitaker, Detroit Tigers legend. A little upset that my Blue Jays lost today, but, you know, that happens. Extra innings, Romano was goof. Whitaker should be a Hall of Famer, if you ask me. There's absolutely a case for it. Sorry, trying to get through those nasal drips quickly here. I didn't pick up a Dristat, unfortunately, so... Yeah, the level for the Hall of Fame is so high right now, but I'm also a guy that feels that the most notable people should be Should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not... Like, I get the whole asterisk thing for the steroid thing, but... The fact that they made them so much money, like... That's what the WWE Hall of Fame is all about. It's the guys that make the most money. Like, Vince ain't gonna put you in the Hall of Fame if you didn't make money for him. Oh my God, really? Okay. A version of the beach break. Now I go from blowing my nose to hiccups. Great. All right, Orange Punch coming up. Nice reversal by Garcia. Thank you for the Hydrate Zodiac. Once again, thank you to Alti Sups for the for supplying the energy drink for us tonight. Glad I got something other than Monster and Red Bull that I've been pounding in me because I like to get away from the sugar a little bit. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's how you break that. Here's the thing, if Garcia wins, I could see Miro coming out instantly and saying, look, you're a dead man. Oh, wow, almost. This is where it gets serious. Okay. Once again, didn't get all of it, but got enough of it, I thought. No, injured too much. Do we see a tap out? Do we see a new champion here? That's the thing. I don't think any of us would have expected this. Because, you know, to get out of this move, you got to have effort. And now moves it into a triangle. And then switch up. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this by Garcia. This is like... This is Samoa Joe-esque for the transitions he's doing here. Like, for my money, the guy that could switch from a transition to a transition to a transition the most perfectly was Samoa Joe. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'll take that. Now, there's a way you can play this. They need to push Garcia hard here. Like, I honestly feel that Garcia is going to be one of the guys that will benefit most from a brand split. Like, there's just so much sitting there that's just absolutely spectacular. Like, but look at Orange Cassidy and how he won that. Like, back and forth 3 or 4 times like that. They're doing the t-shirt gimmick with everything now. Okay. Somebody get a hold of Shout at a Cloud. Oh, no, wait. That's Riho for him. Sorry. He's pushed Riho. But that's going to be a very interesting match. We got Sheeta working with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter against the Outcasts. Tag team match I really wanted to see. But speaking of people I really didn't want to see, why do I keep forgetting that Hayter is the women's champ? Probably because she hasn't defended it a lot lately. I think she might have done one since... I think she has one since the pay-per-view. Yeah, maybe because AEW does too. So they're doing their house show tour this weekend, so that'll be fun. But people, speaking of people I want to forget, creepy little bastards on my screen. We're playing a lot of these your opponent's not in the building tonight deals. Ah! He fumbled his own promo to start. Attaboy. They were keeping quiet. Put me on Botchamania? No. I wonder if this close-up is intentional. Maybe something's going on. Because they weren't changing angles at all, right? Are they booing Christian or something else? That's what I'm wondering. But now, when they use the STFU chant, no, I know exactly what they're chanting. See, now they're starting to go to the 3-camera view, right? One from the left side, one from the center, one from the right one. Even the fourth one would closed out, right? Like, I'm seriously thinking somebody might have jumped the guardrail there. Ha! Christian tried to pull out the Cody Rhodes card. Yeah. All right, I can see where he's playing this card up. He's trying to get the jealousy card between Wardlow and this is just painful to watch, to be honest with you. Okay, yeah. Now he's trying to run down Arn. You only won the title because Edge had to retire. The only reason you won the title is sympathy and a storyline on that, and the fact you got Randy Orton to kick you in the balls. Because I do not recognize the WWE ECW title as a world championship for you. And TNA, well, you know, that TNA phrase down there might not have exactly been the best. Oh, this is not going to be fun. But interesting that Luchasaurus really isn't saying a whole lot there. All right, here we go with another great Pillars promo coming up. All right, so that's Darby's dad. Oh my. All right. You know what I'll say? Like I said, these pre-produced promos are going to be good. I thought we were going to get an impromptu Luchasaurus versus Brock Anderson match. We might actually get that next week. Could you imagine us possibly getting that next week here with Brock coming out and saying, you know, you said a lot of things about me and my dad, and we're actually tighter than ever. But he is teaching me the right way. I just know I'm not ready to be at that level yet. But I can still kick your ass. And Christian turns on, whoa, 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 whoa. No, you are not on my level. If you want to beat somebody, you beat Luchasaurus. You could have a chance against my weapon of mass destruction, Luchasaurus. God, these promos write themselves, really. And once again, another great promo here on Darby. Just pre-produced, put in position to show you that each one of them realistically could have a chance, right? And that's what we're worried about more than anything. Well, we're getting the women's match early. Whoa!
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Shout at a freaking cloud. How are you doing, my friend? Great to see you here. Great to see Julia on our screen right now. Just talking about you just a few minutes ago here. When I forgot about you're the Riho fan, not necessarily the Sheeta fan. Next week we got Sheeta teaming up with Baker and Hayter to take on the Outcasts. So. But my God, oh yeah, there we go. But yeah, Sheeta's getting a main event shot right now. If you didn't see, we got the return of Miro and Thunder Rosa in backstage segments. We've had quite a few matches starting to get set up for Double or Nothing. Like, this is the go week right now. And Tony Khan said that next week he has a major announcement because people are flooding into his like, basically he said, we're announcing our second show without saying he's announcing a second show. But they're going to announce it next week on Dynamite, so. Hey, I'm good. I try to fire out quick recaps as I can here. We had a Claudio versus Fenix was everything you expected it to be. That was 15 minutes of excellence. Christian Cage was his typical greedy little bastard self. And this is turning into a wicked match right now. You know, lowbrow, like a lot of people don't think about this. Anna's very new to the business. Like what, maybe 3 years? She just came in at the start of Did Excalibur just call Iman Shumpert a NBA legend? I sure as frick hope not. Sorry, I have the volume down a little bit compared to... Well, you got to remember this too, Jagger. Before we get it... Before I get back into Hannah J here. If you're talking about a Detroit Pistons legend, if you're talking about anything outside of 1980, you're probably got some pretty low standards. Because outside of 1 year, when Ben Wallace was basically willing that team to the finals, they weren't getting much of anything. So, what other NBA players have both a championship and a dance through the... Fair enough. Oh, they're promoting some show on TBS. Oh, yeah. Dwayne's got some... Yeah. Gotta love the cross-promotion stuff here going on. But I just wanted to speak about Anna Jay for a second here. If you remember, like one of the bloodiest, most memorable women's matches we've had on AEW was that Bunny and Penelope Ford versus Anna J.A.S. and Ty Conti war, where Anna ended up doing the Queen Slayer on the Bunny with barbed wire wrapped around her arm. Like, Anna's got some guts on her here. And for as little experience as these ladies have, they are doing a fantastic job here. Like, I know it's Tony Khan. He doesn't give enough respect to the women's programming that he should, but I'm still hoping beyond hope that he does eventually here. Oh, and by the way, shout Daniel Garcia versus Orange Cassidy was absolutely freaking amazing as well. So, yeah, we're getting so close and so ready here for so many things going on. Yeah, as expected. The fact that we... Oh, wait. The Hillbilly Mentality, Hillbilly Jim is a Hall of Famer. Bruce Barbecue Caker considered legends. Yeah, like... It's whoever's going to make you the most money, right? So my logic that Iman Shumpert is a legend, yeah. Finally, somebody not trashing Coco Beware. Hey, you know what? Talk about their character all you want. Talk about what they did all they want. Wrestling's about making money. Like, let's not even kid ourselves. It's an entertaining product. It's an entertaining product meant to give you entertainment. If you are a performer that can provide entertainment some way, somehow, and in the 1980s, the characters like Coco Beware were very popular with the kids and with the fans. So therefore, they made you money. They got people to buy tickets. Like, to me, it just makes a whole lot of sense, personally. So, as we're getting back out of picture-in-picture here. Jesus! Baseball slide into the baseball, or into the steel chair there. Hey, KJ, yep. Don't forget, folks, I'm wearing this in honor of all my Toronto Maple Leafs fans out here. Glad you're popping in tonight. Glad everybody's popping in tonight. It is a lot of fun watching Dynamite with you guys. sometimes we go off on different tangents when wrestling isn't good. Tonight, the wrestling has been very good. No way. Jesus! Sorry, I had to throw that in again. That gory bomb into the chairs. Tonight is full of sports on TV. Yeah, like, I'm actually feel lucky the fact that the Blue Jays were on this afternoon's. Oh. Julia really didn't kick out there, did she? She just literally rolled a shoulder, maybe a quarter of an inch. The crowd didn't notice it, that's for sure. What is she gonna? Oh, I thought she was gonna crown her with the trash. Oh, there it is. I was waiting for that. Oh, look out! Could you imagine being in that garbage can? Julia's not kicking out. Julia's totally not kicking out of these. Like, she's kicking her legs, but she ain't kicking out. So, I think something might have happened here during that gory bomb. Yeah, she hurt a rib there big time. Being inside a trash can, not knowing when the bump is... Like, you're not going to get touched because that garbage can's big enough that she's not going to get hit for the most part. But just not knowing when it's coming, unless the crowd lets you know, because... And that's when those spots, like... When you're in the crowd and you're like... Everybody, they're trying to fire you up with the... Oh... That actually helps the wrestler inside the garbage can in that case. Because if the crowd's rounding up... They can hear that. They can notice, okay, well, this is coming now. Brace yourself. When the crowd's dead, you can't really say to do anything, right? You can't tell. Like, it's those little things where people say that the crowd is important. There's your living proof of where it can be very important for a crowd to be active during a match. But think about this. This is a feud that a lot of people haven't seen. And it's just... They're just going for it. Are you kidding me? She tried to say the body was lying on the lower part. Okay. Oh my God, you got the tap out. Julia Hart gets the win? Wow. Hats off to both these ladies here. And she's still singing her theme song coming out there. Not convinced Julia Hart isn't legit hurt. Yeah, I think so. I think on that gory bomb, she hit her ribs sort of sideways. So here they show the... So I want to see how much the disqualifications are enforced in this match. She's 21 and very new to the business. Has she ever been in a match like... Maybe it just hit her harder than she was expecting? Yeah, like... Wow. Wow. Okay, so yeah, maybe just hit her harder than she was expecting. I think absolutely that's what happened there, is the fact that she got hit with that gory bomb right in the ribs. And I think we've all talked about this enough on wrestling here that I think we can talk about this with some confidence here. When you're setting up a chair to get hit or to get contacted, you want the seat part of the chair facing the part that's going to make contact with you, right? If you go back into that and watch that, half those chairs were actually facing the other way. So basically there were grooves all around the ring. I get it that they're not going to be the best. Like, I get it's a street fight. You don't want to play with that stuff a whole lot, but if you get hit with a ridge like that, it is gonna screw up your ribs. And I can't see it not being one of those situations where it just is painful and it could very well break a rib. Break a rib, bruise a rib. And for anybody that has had bruised ribs or broken a rib, it is probably one of the most painful things you can deal with here. Sorry, I just got this one quick message here I just got to reply back to. This trios match, like I said, when we go back to this whole situation where best friends are the first challengers kind of thing under the new rules, you're getting into something that, you know, they can't really... Oh, there we go. So yeah, barring somebody who's already been in a 20-minute match from being at ringside, not really a big deal if you ask me. I'm pretty sure that's just meh. She probably wouldn't have been out there anyway. But I do like the fact that they're letting the House of Black have their complete entrance right now. Now, how do they do the formal presentation here? Do they announce the stipulation as they get in there? And the other thing about disqualification here, by the way, guys, technically if you come in to break a cover, you're allowed to do it once. The second time is supposed to be a disqualification, so could we see something like that show up? I doubt it. But I do appreciate the fact that AEW is trying something different with their Trios Championships. Like, that's the biggest problem we were having, are the tag team titles, the TNT title, the international title, the six-man titles. They're all just equal belts. This House of Black this House Rules thing for the Trios Championship. I hope it sticks after the House of Black are done with it. And Excalibur screwed up the rules already before we even started. Because he said no disqualifications. It is disqualifications. I would love if they keep the lights like this for the trios match. They are! Oh my God, this is beautiful. Wow. Okay. You sold me here a little bit more. A change of light. This is pretty amazing. Just the fact that they literally changed the light has made the entire vibe here change. No offense to Spooky Witches from Taz. So I was going to say, you better be careful because there is Taylor Wilde in Impact Wrestling right now, right? So you got witches all over the place. And make sure you use the W, not the B there, because, you know, Taz could be talking about a whole different level of people there when he says that instead. Well, you can see now they're slowly bringing the lights back up. Either that or they just realize that the lights just aren't perfect enough the way they were, but this is nice. Like, what do you guys think? Like, I know I'm talking about it right now, but what do you guys think about this aesthetic out here about, you know, changing the ring lights for those matches? Oh, here comes your customary meme shot. I know a lot of people will use these kind of frames, like Orange Cassidy staring at the monitor. You could use a little picture-in-picture to get around the copyright part of it, as part of the overlay for the video kind of thing. Because all the automatics will be... All the automatic copyright bots will be looking for the exact size. So if you can change the size of the video, it works out really well. That's why you'll see a lot of these quote-unquote interesting free sites for wrestling. They'll have the picture on flip backwards because the bot won't catch up to that. So... Oh, he noticed early. See, realistically, Knox should have been counting there. I like it. It'll be interesting to see if it's just House of Black thing or will it be part of the Trios Championship match. That's the thing I'm wondering. Do they get to continue this on beyond the House of Black and just make it a trios thing? Like, I would love that. And I like the fact that it's a little harder to see the outside the ring stuff because in these matches, you're not supposed to be outside the ring that long, and anything you do shouldn't have that much of an impact. Once again, anything that can distinguish anything from anything else in AEW would be great for me, because these championships that they're doing, they're starting to get to the point where they're turning into boxing. Where you got the WCB, the WBA, the WLW, the WQA, the ABC, the PDQ, the TNA, the WCW, you know what I mean. Everybody's got their own set of titles. I'll be perfectly frank. If you want to have these kind of rules, I would say Rick Knox is not the referee that you should have in there. If you know Rick Knox, he is the personal referee of the Young Bucks, as he's ref so many of their tag matches. And if you've watched the Young Bucks match, things get a little bit loose and free with the rules all the time. So, but I will say that I like the fact that this is just so different. So you can tell this isn't like any other match on the card. And that's the one thing I enjoy the most about it, is the fact that these guys are, like, you knew the House of Black was probably going to dominate 90% of this match. And Trent's usually the guy that takes most of the crap out of this, so. As I say that, Trent's about to get the chance to win this here. Now Buddy's back, kid. Looking for a tag, but there's nobody there. There's your old trope. But I will say this, at least they're getting time for this match, because a lot of the matches that they get, they don't get the time that they needed. Has Dynamite gone banger? Oh, let's put it this way. If you're watching Dynamite right now, it is absolutely amazing with the House of Black rules. They've changed the ambiance, changed the lighting, changed the feel. You saw the returns of both Miro and Thunder Rosa in backstage segments tonight. Tony Khan says he has a major announcement for next Wednesday. He actually came on and said that it's based on all the talent that's coming back to say... Basically, he announced the new show without announcing the new show, and tune in next week for the announcement. So he's going to get his extra pop next week for a crowd. Bandido's going absolutely nuts. Jesus! Buddy Matthews tried to pop off Bandido's head like a Pez dispenser there with that knee. Oh, and here's our designate pin taker, Chucky T. Wrong corner. Yep, here it is. This is how you finish things off. Dante's Inferno, 1, 2, 3. Yep. As soon as you see Chucky T get in the ring, you're like, I don't know. I love this. I love this new aesthetic. I love this new feel. I hope they keep this up. And I'm with you, Jaeger. I want to see this happen. Oh, God. Who's got 2 titles there? Oh my God. Okay. And to think Chuck Taylor used to be a name, but I love the feeling of the lighting. It just turned... Okay, yeah. Well, Chuck Taylor for years couldn't even use his own name. He had to go by Dustin on the indies for a very long time there because he ended up getting into a feud with the company that makes Chuck Taylors. Oh, and the one thing I'll say is a positive tonight, not just the matches. The matches have been home runs for the most part, but these backstage segments that you see here, they've done one for each pillar tonight. MJF, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and now Jungle Boy. And then you had Tony Khan's promo, all of them. The fact that they were all backstage promos and they were rehearsed, they were scripted, they were put together. They got the video packages going with them. This makes doing this in 1 week has done more for the main event title match than the last 3 weeks of live promos combined. I understand they had to do the promos to get the story to get the match formalized finally with the tag match last week. But doing this has done more to make this fight feel legitimate. Maybe you guys can... Anybody has any thoughts on this, feel free to throw in the chat, because I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. But to me, watching this, it gives me a reason to watch this match. Like, I know we talked about it before in previous weeks here, that going into Double or Nothing before this week, the Chris Jericho-Adam Cole match felt like it was the number one match that you were looking to going into the pay-per-view. The fact that Jericho was on for a very short promo where he's going to be taking on Roddy Strong next week, I think that might have helped change the tide here a little bit. Action Andretti versus Kyle Fletcher. Okay. Tony Storm, Allison Kay. That might actually... I got to find some way to get a hold of Rampage here so I can tape it while I'm streaming on Saturday. Because I'll tell you right now, that Tony Storm Allison Kay match is absolutely going to be a banger, to say the least. So, we're doubling back up. I thought this would be a feud they would do at the pay-per-view. Because Jay White, Ricky, like, they've been trying to push Ricky Starks here, but they really haven't done a lot to do that. But yeah, they definitely have to be going through these promo segments right now, trying to get the... Why is Ricky Starks not one of the pillars? I think Ricky Starks was one of those that they didn't expect to do as well as he was. And when he started to take off a little bit, they didn't know what to do with him. Like, that whole feud with Brian Cage was... In my opinion, it was a good feud. They just didn't know what, like I said, they didn't know what to do with him after that. Like, once Brian Cage got the title, it's almost like they walked away from the situation, which I get it in some ways too. Sorry if I asked dumb... Oh, Ed, there's no such thing as a dumb question around here. Forgive me if I'm a little sneezelic here. The there's two people right now that realistically could be, or three people that could be those building block pillars to AEW that they don't currently list as their pillars. One is Wardlow, which they completely screwed that up thanks to the whole MJF drama situation. The second one's Ricky Starks, which we're talking about right now. And the third one, of course, is Britt Baker, the one I've been campaigning for forever, saying that she's probably been the most important pillar and the foundation of AEW since its inception, because she's been the most consistently at the top, getting everybody over in those top situations. At least in my opinion. But yeah, going through this, like, when it comes to the bill for Double or Nothing, it is developing into something big. By the way, I will have a Double or Nothing preview show. Probably going to have to film it right after Dynamite in 2 weeks' time here. Still figuring who I'm going to get for a guest here. I don't know. I don't want to push it on anybody. So if any of you are interested that you want to be a part of it and you've watched AEW and you want to give your thoughts on the card, feel free to let me know, because I like to give opportunities. If it ends up being me through the whole thing, well, you guys listen to me every Wednesday, so other than that, like, yeah, I guess once we're getting to our main event here, the tradition is, oh yeah, and I absolutely know, like you said, you only watch bits and pieces of AEW. I'm not going to say anybody needs to be an expert, and I definitely will keep you in mind, just like I'm keeping you in mind here tonight. I'll be here, but I don't think my opinion on the card will be that great. A lot of people say that. If you want to talk about the card and you know about the stars of AEW and a little bit about the storyline, like I said, we're gonna have a preview show coming up here in 2 weeks, and we can always chat about it later with both of you guys. But just so you guys know, a couple things here before we go. Stick around tonight after we're done, because the raid out tonight is actually going to be out to good old Ed here in Ed Fry's 2002 in the chat here, as well as Chris Parrish are going to be doing their WWE 2K23 GM mode. I do mine on Saturdays. They're doing theirs Wednesdays right after Dynamite. Let me send you guys over that way so you guys can check them out. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Like, I try to spread mine out about many different people, so that one I saw come up today, so I'm definitely going to send the raid over that way. As well, just to quickly go over my schedule here, I am going to have 2 streams tomorrow. Tomorrow, probably early morning, I'm hoping I'm going to get on with Zelda Breath of the Wild to get a few hours in on that. At night, at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Mountain, I have my Electric Show League quarterfinal matchup. I'm the 6th seed taking on the 3 seed Minnesota Trash Pandas. So if you're looking for some baseball action with some playoff stipulations, come check it out on the old stream. And Moxley and Omega are starting to go at it already before they even get in the cage. Big shock. And then we'll be back here. If you guys like WWE 2K, come back on Saturday. We're going to have weeks 11 and 12 of the 2K stream, GM mode, where I am currently in first place. But yeah, Jared, good to see you, my friend. I appreciate seeing you here. Hope everything's going well for you. Long time no see. Hope KI's treating you real well. And of course, like I said, we're going to get... It's going to be gang warfare. They're really not going to get this match off. At least in my opinion. I love that. The experienced one, Nick kicks out the boot. Claudio catches it. Matt hits it with a boot. And then Wheeler is not experienced, so he eats both of them. All right, out to the floor. Oh, and Daniel said was on commentary, but it doesn't look like that anymore. Oh, all right. All right, well, they're going to fight out there. Hopefully Omega and Moxley can get in this cage to get this match started. We still got 20 minutes left on the show. Inspire me to pick Zelda back up after you've abandoned last year. So far, we're finding it to be a little fun. I hate open world games. I'll be the first to admit it. Because I have the attention of a zygote. For example, last week, we were supposed to be heading due west for a quest. By the end of the stream, we ended up 3/4 of the way to the northeast destination. So... What are you doing, idiot? Why are you setting him outside? It's a damn cage match. My God, extras need to be trained better. They need to come from Canada, I guess. All right, here we go. So a lot of people don't realize that this feud between Moxley and Omega is the one that started this whole thing. Everybody thought it was like a Danielson thing. No, it was way back. Hell, it was the second ever pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. When Mox made his debut and drove Omega through that poker chip. I find it amazing that Callis is at ringside instead of back up top in the commentary area where he usually is for most matches now. The infamous not exploding barbed wire match, that's another one part of it as well. Like, there's so many layers involving Moxley and Omega. Oh, Jesus. Well, hey, was anybody here saying that there wasn't going to be any blood? I hate to say it, but there's going to be blood here. There it is. Gig number 1 coming right up. Okay. Okay, yeah, facetiously. I know you're being sarcastic, Darth Big, but I just wanted to, you know. You notice Omega's being smart here. He's not doing any... Oh, my... All right. Here's where the stomach says, what the hell? Now, I know I said it on Twitter, and I will say it again. I wonder how much blood they're going to allow before the... Ha! Moxley kisses the camera. There's a... All right, somebody clean the focus on that now. I sure as hell hope they gave him cloths to clean the lens. Yep, they did. You can see... Well, they gave him a red rag, so it almost looks like they did blood. Well, all right, there's some more blood on the other side. Nice sliding drop kick there by Omega. Kataru Crusher. Change your freaking camera angle. Seriously, the face-up should have... sorry, production mic's coming out here because you guys saw that Kataru Crusher that Moxley never touched. He touched with his hand, but that's about it. Would have probably had more impact if he would have went straight up. Michinoku driver on the chair. Ow! These cameramen gotta learn how to get out of the way here. This is queasy. Oh, let's do a superplex on a chair full of barbed wire. God damn it! Wow. Well, here's the thing, Zodiac. It's like different. And this is what I've been talking about all night here, is the fact that they're doing different things. They've changed the lighting in the arena during the trios match. That no-holds-barred match with that of J and Julia Hart, like, it had such a different feel to it. You had Daniel Garcia having to pull up when he did the sports entertainment thing. He was doing great. Then he decided to turn out into the wrestling, and then he lost Orange Cassidy. Claudio Phoenix, just amazingly Claudio Phoenix. And here comes Moxley taking apart the ring early for the ring crew. Yikes. I think that's the best way to put it there, Ollie. Like, that was just, rough. By the way, thank you for the first time chat here. Hope you guys are doing great over there, getting everything set up here for tonight. As I mentioned earlier, our local establishment's where we're going to be sending you guys after we're done here tonight. So, want you guys to experience a little bit more WWE 2K23 GM mode. Now that I see Ed and Parrish doing it, so... The timing will never be as bad as a pizza cutter going into a Domino's ad. Honestly, if I was Domino's, I'd be like, you guys piss off our drivers, this is what's going to happen. In my personal opinion, that's what I'd like to see. Yes, knock him down. Then yes, you got... It took him a good 10... Hey, Jesus. How long does it take to take apart a top ring post? Ugh. That's an ad for carryout. Well, somebody's getting choked out with the ring ropes. I'll guarantee you that to finish it off here tonight. But this is a... You know what? As much as... oh, here we go. You want to talk about a fish hook? This is how you fish hook. Dr. Wario. This is a fish hook if you ever seen one. It's literally using a fish hook. This has been an absolutely amazing episode of Dynamite tonight. I have to say, like, this is the kind of Dynamite you need to get yourself into a pay-per-view. Like I said, we got 2 more episodes left of Dynamite before we hit... Before we hit the pay-per-view here. Oh, there's the choke spot with the ropes. I honestly thought he was going to do the Bulldog choke finisher right there. We still got 10 more minutes yet, so... Oh, there you go. Good old-fashioned fingers in the eyes. That's how you break out of a hold like that. You wonder how far they'll let people go before... Nice. There it is. That's what I expected. Makes me wonder how far that Warner will let them go before they say, no, this is a little too much. This might be one of those matches where you learn that very important lesson of asking for forgiveness is a more efficient matter than asking for permission. But yeah, like, all right, what do they bring it out now? Oh, here we go, black bag. Do we get glass or tax? Glass or tax? Glass or tax? Or my personal favorite, Lego. Oh, we got glass. You know what I wish this was, this glass? I wish we had it set up that we had glass for... Like, they kept all the glass from the original counter table that broke. Okay. That was interesting. Sort of a Michinoku driver into a backbreaker kind of thing. Is he going to do the one-winged angel into the glass? No. There's no way. There it is. Back to the choke. And I'll tell you something. Omega's going to drop to the ground and use the glass to beat Moxley here. Here it is. I knew he was going to drop some way. That's how you do it. Moxley's all in the glass. I do not want to see his back right now. Pocket sand style. I don't want it. Oh, there it is. My God, this is... Oh! I'm just glad it's not bleeding yet. Yeah, FFS is the best way to put it. It's leftover glass from Angle Shade King of the Ring 2001. That would be amazing. Try to do the Gotch pile driver in the glass? That would be epic. Yeah, you think he's in shock. What about and the kid next to that shot in the crowd there? The dad is just, oh my God. The kid's like, Good. Sorry, could you imagine if this is a situation where the kids are watching wrestling, the kids drag dad out to wrestling because it's fun, and the parent just thinks back to like the 1990s, 1980s where wrestling was, relatively calmer. They come in and start watching Moxley and Omega start throwing heads in a bloody cage. Throwing bloody hands in a cage. Whichever way you want to put that sentence. It all makes sense. Oh, here we go. Except Omega forgot he was in the glass. Or is he no selling it? Oh, no. He's selling it. And I don't think there's any problem with him selling it because he's damn well feeling it right now. Oh, there it goes. Oh my God! Omega got crushed! Yo, any parent now is in their teens during the Attitude Era at least, not buying it. I was... Well, in 97, I would have been 19. So... And I'm 44 right now, so... Omega's knee's done now. Oh, God, they're throwing it back in the cage. Okay. Oh, no. Screwdriver time. I don't know why you're bending over to get in the ring. There's no rope there. Here it is. Here's what we're talking about. Oh, never mind. Do we get the turn now? One winged angel, the most protected move in the business. There it is. We called it. We called it. We called it. Don Callis turns on Omega. Oh my God! We actually got it! Wow! The Mr. Crab spike! Holy hell! Oh, she's wearing a Thrashers jersey. God bless her heart. My God, we've been called this for weeks. And this is the moment. Well, do we get Takeshita to join him? Like, this all makes sense now. And Callis is playing like he doesn't know anything? Or what is Callis still doing in there? Get out of there. So now they're going to do the pose where all right, yeah, this makes a lot of... You didn't see... It's funny. We're watching the promos and we just like... Do we get it? Do we get the spot? No. Get the Don Callis spot going on? I'm glad that you got popped there, Ed, because, you know, for people that don't watch Dynamite every week, that will be a shock spot. So we're going to end on Callis. We're not even going to end on the BCC. Wow, I honestly didn't see this happening. Thank you, Savage, by the way, for the hydrate. I'm just in shock watching this play out here. What did you guys think? Like, I know, Ed, you didn't see that coming. Like, a few weeks ago, even when you go back, I do like Daniel laughing like that. Here's the thing. It doesn't even show whether, you know, it doesn't show that they're united. Like, Callis isn't united with... yeah, and Moxley's like, I guess I won. I still think this comes down to Takeshita joining the BCC side. And on the other side, you get Hangman Adam Page coming back. And then... Yeah, that's exactly it, Yagert. I like that. The fact that... But as of now, it doesn't look like necessarily means he's in with the BCC. He just was in there with his own thing. Like, he's just pissed off that Omega didn't protect him the way that you would expect that out of somebody who you consider a friend, a partner, a guy that we're so close together with. But that is... It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because you know this is going to play into Double or Nothing now. And if it does it's going to play into... if it doesn't play into Double or Nothing, it's definitely going to go into wherever they're going to set up the Blood and Guts match. And I still say it's going to be Kota Ibushi and Adam Page come back on the side of the Elite, right? Because that just makes so much sense. Could you imagine them even doing the Blood and Guts match at All In? Could they hold out until August to do that in front of that many people? I don't think you would want to do that, because you could use that to settle a building on its own. Because, yeah, you don't... Like, right now with the fact that you got All In Wembley... pretty much 75% sold right now. And as they're trickling in, there is a high possibility they could sell out that venue. And that's without a match even being announced. Depending on the format of the game, or format of the card, or anything like that. So, but all in all tonight, this is the AEW Dynamite we needed here for a couple weeks here to get things established, get things going towards pay-per-view. Time's going to tell if we got enough time to build these stories up. Like we were talking about on the 2K stream. Like, the goal there is to get your rivalries up to a level 4 before the pay-per-view, so at the pay-per-view you can blow them off and have your highest rating on them. Do they have enough time with some of these feuds to get them to that level where it almost makes it worthwhile to have them on the pay-per-view? Time's going to tell. Like right now, it looks like we're going to get Kyle Fletcher and Orange Cassidy. We might even have that next week for the International Championship. Who knows? I know that New Japan Strong's doing a lot of work here, so hopefully we get another trios match, because, man, that aesthetic for the House of Black rules match, that absolutely amazing. Looks like we're getting to Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend in the States is going to be busy. Like, up here in Canada, the holiday weekend's actually the week before. It's one of those weird years it's the 1 month a year where holidays are not matched up between each other. We have ours the third Monday in, this year it'll be the fourth Monday in May. You guys get it on the 5th. And, yeah, like this, it's funny. You guys get AEW Double or Nothing that weekend. I get the Street Fighter 6 demo that weekend. So for me, it's a nice trade-off for both. But all in all, with the card, we had the return of Miro and Thunder Rosa in backstage segments. We had Tony Khan come out in a pre-recorded comment saying next week he's going to have an earth-shaking announcement that we've all been waiting for. And all this talent's flying in because they want to be a part of it. Basically, like I said before, they are announcing the new TV show without announcing the new TV show. We're going to end up getting FTR versus Team TNA with Mark Briscoe as the referee. And how's that dynamic going to play out now that Dax unintentionally pile drove Mark in the middle of the ring thanks to that promo they had? But all in all, like I said, this is the absolute episode of AEW Dynamite we needed this year, or this month, to get into that pay-per-view, get into pay-per-view mode. as long as they can build on what they had this week going into next week, I'm all in it. And I am going to overly enjoy it here, but it's been a hell of a lot of fun here tonight watching this. And you guys are so lively. You'll be live for Battlegrounds? Oh, okay. You're doing a live watch along for Battlegrounds? Nice. The NXT show. So that's basically going to be an all-day thing. I know myself, Backbreaker Video is going to be hosting a watch party for Double or Nothing. Oh, you'll be there. Nice. I'm happy for you, Ed. That seems to be a lot. Nothing beats live wrestling. Really, it doesn't. I know I've been getting away from live wrestling for a while here locally, but I am so looking forward to AEW coming into town here in July. All right, you're going to get that stream started. As soon as you get it up, I will send the raid over, my friends, so feel free. Once again, thanks, Ed, for stopping by here in the chat. Thank you to everybody for stopping by here tonight. It has been an absolute blast. For those that missed the early part of the watch along, if you want to watch along with the video, Dynamite was a great mix of all parts of wrestling. Good matches, good promos, good story. You're bang on. Like, everything tonight worked towards the pay-per-view. Everything tonight was a little bit different. Everything tonight didn't suck. I think that's the best way to put it. There was nothing to bring the show down. That's all I've ever asked. Keep your momentum going, and every once in a while, throw something in there that's going to raise your curve up a little bit more. Sorry, as I'm trying to get the video into the video here, but they're curving up, and that's what they need here. And that's what I'm really enjoying, is the fact that they are... It's turned out now that people are starting to realize that AEW is absolutely not going anywhere. And the double barrel announcement that could come up with this Collision show that's coming up next week could possibly be the announcement of a streaming service. Now, if we get that, or if they get hooked into the into one of the Warner Brothers Discovery online services, like, there was a rumor that this was $1 billion deal. Like, think of that, a B. It would be stretched over multiple years, but still, the fact that somebody's going to get $1 billion worth of income to show 3-4 years of AEW, I don't know about you, but that seems to, like, equate out to something really big, if you ask me. So just checking things up here. If the rumors are true about WB Discovery giving them $1 billion, they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. No, like, I know for the cons this isn't a lot, but let's face it, if you can make an announcement saying that a company is willing to give you $1 billion while WWE is maybe getting, I think they might be getting like 2.2 or something from their TV deals combined right now. The fact that you're even on that level shows a lot about what you have going forward here. And to me, this is absolutely, this month very well could be a breaking point for AEW to break out. Like, we've all been talking about these certain moments that get them to that next tier. The debut of CM Punk at the United Center, that was a moment that brought them up to another tier. I will say the main event of Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker in a cage, St. Patrick's Day 2019, that was another level as well. When they could main event in a cage like that. To me, that was just, everything they've been doing here is just step upon step. The announcement at Wembley and the fact that they've almost sold out, that they are going to sell out, that's another step. This Wednesday will be another step. So I hope you're here for the announcement, because we'll be here for the AEW Dynamite Sidecast as always. We're going to have a lot of fun with that.